Hi there, my name is Janessa and I'm the co-founder of QuestRead. And I'll tell you the story of how we got started with QuestRead. Several years ago, I was teaching second grade and I was trying to find new ways to motivate my students to practice reading. I did some crazy things at different times. One time I brought a real boat into the classroom, filled it with pillows, and told my students that they could only sit in the boat if they were actually practicing reading at the time. I got some strange looks from folks around the building, but hey, my kids were spending more time reading than ever before, so that was a win. The other thing I did was I created a real life, real purpose reason for them to read by creating a Spotlight Cafe. So every week we'd invite other classes and parents to come in, and my students would get up and read things out loud to the group. Poems, their whatever books they liked, a funny story, a joke, whatever it might be. Because it was a real audience and they were reading it out loud, it made a big difference. They knew that someone was listening to them, and this increased their reading fluency like nothing else. We know now that in research that's called the production effect. When you are reading out loud, you understand it better, you improve your fluency quicker, all these things make sense. So those are two things that we did. Along the way though, I still found that many of my students who were struggling with reading had a really hard time practicing on a regular basis because it took a lot more to motivate them. So I began using more game-based rewards and giving them measurable goals to work towards, and then rewarding their progress along the way with real prizes. And getting real prizes made a big difference. So I took these things that I'd learned about in the classroom and used that to build QuestRead. So with QuestRead, we give children access to a wide variety of books to read that they're interested in, that are on their level, and they adapt to them as they make progress. We also encourage the act of reading out loud because we want kids to build their confidence as a reader, hear their own voice as their reader, as they're reading as well. The other thing we do is we're really focused on motivation, about delighting each and every child through the game. So reading is the action you take to move your game forward. It's not a fluffy game, there's not distractions in it. The entire game is reading. You read and your game goes forward, you go through different worlds, you earn badges for different reading habits, and you also compete against other players in real world situations to get prizes in the mail, just like I was doing in the classroom before. So we're basing this first version of the app on what was working inside my classroom. And also the purpose of this is to make life easier for families and when they're trying to encourage their children to read at home, and then for teachers in the classroom as they're trying to support what's going on at home and in their classroom reading as well. We think that technology does have a place in this setting and that it can really help support the work that teachers and parents are doing and help each and every child become a successful and confident reader.